All right, so thank you so much for joining me. First of all, I want to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank
Today's
you.
your birthday, super exciting. So I can't start this without wishing you a happy birthday. To all of those who don't know, today we're going to be talking with my mom, who is a student at Action Karate. She's been training for how long now? How many months has it been?
Um, I think it's since maybe May,
Yeah, since probably May or even before April, May, something like
maybe
that.
April. Yeah.
Super exciting. Let me ask you, when you first started training, how did you first start training?
Well, I wanted to know more about the karate school that you got involved with. So that's how I took an interest in it and I just started. And I took an even better interest in it once I started.
She's being a little modest. I just sent her a uniform. I said, "You're starting karate," and I sent her a uniform. And isn't that right? Like, I basically
Well,
mailed it to you.
yeah,
And I like slightly bullied her into doing it a little bit. I said,
slightly.
"You're going to start karate. I'm going to send you a uniform." I sent her a uniform. She got it in the mail. And I was like, "All right, great. Now that we have online classes, you're taking Zoom class." Um, when you first started training, were you hesitant to like start karate as an adult?
Definitely. I didn't think I knew anything about it. I didn't know anything about it. I thought everyone in the class knew more than me. I felt like an idiot. I really was very uncoordinated at it at first. And I was scared out of my mind. Yes.
And uh, through the first like month or couple weeks, really, what did I keep telling you?
You said practice, keep at it, you'll get the hang of it. And I it took me a little while, but once I started, I didn't have to practice that much. But one thing you said really kind of stuck with me, which was 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes of practice in a day will help. And I did it. I did 5 minutes and wow, it helped.
I want to circle back to that in 1 minute, that 5 minutes a day thing. So that's fantastic. Before we do that though, I just want to know like what were some of the goals that you had when you first started training, whether
Uh,
it's like physical or like mental, whatever those goals are, give me like one or two or whatever goals that you had or things that you want to improve in your life.
My goal when I first started was just to be able to get through it. Just get through the class, get through a workout, just be able to do it.
So just to keep
That was it.
so it sounds like the goal in the beginning was just to like physically keep up with like other adults.
Yes. And
And
and the kids.
and the kids. There are some of the junior black belts in the class as well.
Yes.
And so the goal was to physically keep up. And then in your like I wouldn't necessarily call it a panic, but more of like feeling unsure about yourself. Just like I sent you the uniform, I said, "Hey, guess what's coming up?" And you're like, "What?" And I was like, "Hit team." And I was like, "You're doing hit team." And you were like, "I'm
Yeah.
not doing hit team." And I said, "You're doing hit team."
Yep.
And to circle back with hit team, some of the things that we did during hit team and some of the things that we're going to do in the hit team coming up is these daily habits, right? And like you said, these things don't take more than 5 minutes, right?
Right.
Putting a glass of water next to your bed before you go to sleep so you can drink it when you wake up,
Right.
doing a couple push-ups or sit-ups or planks in the morning right as soon as you wake up. These things take like 3 to 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what you were alluding to before about the 5 minutes of practice a day, where it doesn't take a lot, but these are things that are going to jumpstart your day.
Yes.
From hit team and from training, what are some of the things that you've implemented since you started the program that you think has helped you so far?
Well, one is I practice the self-defense 5 minutes before each class. I definitely do that. But in the mornings, I still to this day, now hit team was July. To this day, I drink a glass of water first thing in the morning. I do a 2-minute plank every day in the morning, and I do 30 sit-ups.
And
So that's every day.
where did you start out with like planking and sit-ups?
Sit-ups, I could probably do 10 was a struggle. That was a real struggle.
And planking?
Planking, um, I barely could do 20 seconds.
So 20 seconds to 2 minutes, and then 10 sit-ups all the way up to 30. I mean, and this is from doing them for what, like 2 to 3 minutes in the morning.
Yes, I was doing um, up to a 2-minute and 45-second plank, but I just changed my routine to do so I'd be able to do the sit-ups afterwards. So now it's 2 minutes and 30 sit-ups.
And that's one thing that we talk about, by the way, during training is like the longevity of your training, right? You don't want to like burn yourself out one day so you can't do something the next day, right? You want
Right.
to train at like 80% every single time. That way you're able to recover and train the next day. So if you're doing a plank that's like, 4 minutes, but you can't do a plank for the next 3 days because you're in so much pain, then it doesn't really help you, right? And it's also
Right.
help eliminate injuries. So
Right.
that's like a good strategy to kind of shift into. So you started to tell me a little bit about the results and the stuff that you've implemented. What are the results of all these? Besides for like getting better at karate, which 100% over time, you're escalating better and better and better and better. In terms of like your daily life, how you feel, what are some of these results?
Well, first of all, I can do, I've realized that I can do a lot more than I thought I could do. I never realized that I could ever do a, a 2-minute plank, let alone 30 seconds. Never knew I could do that. Never thought in a million years I'd be able to do 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Never thought I'd be able to get through even one workout in one class. But now I could do the workout and I'm good at it. And I never thought I'd be able to be coordinated with self-defense. My outlook has completely changed now. I do this for me and not for you. I I now after work, I can now memorize self-defense strategies even after a full day of exhausting work. And I never thought I could do that. There are so many things I never thought I could do.
And when you say exhausting work, just for the people out there like watching this, when people work from home, or like when we transition to this like work from home pandemic style situation, people work from home, they like get up, get a cup of coffee, do some laundry. When I tell you that my mom opens the computer at like 7:30 in the morning and like doesn't stop until 6:30, like doesn't look up, doesn't breathe, zero, like that's what she's doing at home. And like, there's no like walking away to do laundry or watching an episode of her favorite show on Netflix. It's like hardcore, straight all day, and then she comes to class. Um, when it comes to online training, what were your feelings in the beginning about like training via Zoom versus being in person?
I didn't think I could do it via Zoom. I thought it would be awkward. I thought it would be kind of like I wouldn't be included in the group. I feel like such a part of the group at every class. I mean, I feel well integrated. I'm included in partnerships in the class and in the, by the breakout rooms. And it just, it works. I really didn't think it was going to, but it absolutely works because you can um, highlight, you can pin a person and show that person larger than the rest of the group, and so I could see what's going on, and people could see me, and it just works.
Awesome. I'll ask you one more question and then I'll let you go. So, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about training and starting training as an adult?
I would say that it's so worth it to start because You're going to do things that you never, ever would have thought you could do. And you're going to surprise yourself and, have so much more confidence in what you do. It's just, it's invaluable.
I think that's a big thing that you touched on right at the end there, because from what we talked about in the beginning, your main goal was like physical fitness, right? Keeping up with the workouts and making sure that you're able to like do things. And as an adult, I think I lost you on the video there for a second. I don't know if there we go. Your
Sorry.
main thing was like keeping up with the other students, but you just hit on like a big one, right? This is a confidence booster too, right? The fact that you're now able to keep up with it and able to do these things has also boosted your confidence. And now, I'm sure that you're more likely to try some things that you might have been skeptical or hesitant doing before, because now you
Yes.
have all this confidence kind of built up and like, hey, well, I tried this one thing that I was super scared about, and now I'm going to try this other thing that I was kind of scared about because it worked out for me before.
Oh, it absolutely works like a chain reaction. It's definitely, once you do one thing that you didn't realize you could do, it's almost addictive. You want to try something else that you didn't think you could do.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time, especially on your birthday, to talk to me. And I know we talked earlier today, and I wished you a happy birthday. But I'm going to wish you a happy birthday again. And
Thank you.
I'm super super grateful to have you in class, because there are some parents who their kids could have given them a uniform and they could have been like, yeah, maybe I'll take a class, or maybe I'll do the parents train free, or maybe I'll do hit team, but after that, like, I don't know if it's like a long-term thing for me. But you really stuck to it. And I think what really actually stood out to me was when you said you're doing it now for yourself and not for me. So that's
Yes.
really truly the dedication that I know that you have in you. And so I'm super excited to see you in class next week, and have a happy rest of your birthday.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Hopefully I'll see you soon. I love you.
Love you.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.